Welcome to the House of Wise, the podcast where it's not about having all the answers. It's about being real, figuring things out, and having conversations that actually feel honest. So, whether you're here for something light, something real, or just to feel a little less alone in your thoughts, you're in the right place. Welcome to the House of Wise. I'm Tommy. I'm here with my beautiful wife today, Eden.
Hello.
And oh my gosh, it's been a minute since we've done the last one. There's been a lot that's happened in the
Yeah.
time from episode 3 to now. And I mean a lot. So like I went on a trip to California, came back, have been
And
trying to
Utah,
catch
I
up with
think, too.
work. Oh, episode 3 happened before Utah.
I think so.
So I've been to Utah, California, and back. There's been a lot that's happened over the last couple of weeks, and here we are, episode 4.
Yeah.
I'm
I even
excited.
got a haircut.
You did. All right, so yeah,
So
let's
many
pop
things have
into
changed.
core memory of the week. What was your core memory? There's been a lot that's gone on. Um,
Yeah. We did so good and we were social this week.
we were.
And one of the social things was a surprise birthday party. And it was one where you actually like jump out and are like, surprise. So that was just a lot of fun. I don't remember the last time where I actually like jumped out and said, surprise, happy birthday at a birthday party or any party. And so it was just a fun little like moment of whimsy. And they were surprised. And yeah, it was just fun. Like before they got there, when we were hiding, like everyone giggling and like trying to shush each other. And yeah, it all worked out good and it was fun. What
I
was your core memory?
Yeah, no, that's great. I honestly I don't remember the last time that I went to a surprise party like that. Um, if I think about it, it was probably college. Sometime sometime in college was the last time I went to one.
Oh, yeah.
Mostly because like my friends growing up and my college friends were not fans of surprises. And so there were times where we wanted to do a surprise party and somebody came up and was like, "Please don't. They hate surprises." And so like how do we get away with doing surprises anymore? Because
Right.
everybody there was worried about location data like, "Hey, we know that they're checking their phone and make sure you're not sharing location with them and stuff like that." And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about that. Like, sorry. I don't share my location with anybody. I apologize. Like I have friends that like share their location with me, and I'm like, I'm not returning the favor.
Because, like, we hung out with a friend a little while ago, and you're like, "Oh, she's about this far away." And I'm like, "How do you know this?" And you were like, "She shared her location with me."
There you go. Friends that share their location with you. Honestly, bless your heart. I love you because it, like how many times do you make plans with somebody and they're like, "Yeah, dude, I'm 5 minutes away." And
Right.
then it turns out they weren't really 5 minutes away. You're
Yeah.
waiting 10, 20 minutes for them to show up. And I'm like, they share their location data. You don't have to worry. You're like, "Oh, 5 minutes away? Hey, they're about 20 minutes out." Um, like we got time to feed the dogs, take them out, go for a walk real quick, come back, and then they show up.
That's
So it is kind
probably
of nice.
why I don't share my location either. Because it's like, I wanna be able to lie and be like, "Oh, yeah, I'm on the way," when, like, I'm not really. I'm not ready
You
yet.
you wanna be able to lie and say you're on the way? Dude, you're that friend? Like,
Yeah.
"On my way there."
Sorry.
Dude, she hasn't left her house yet. You've got at least 45 minutes. Oh my goodness.
What? Are you gonna be texting my friends now? Be like, "All right, she finally left the
100%.
house."
100%. Nope, we're still here. I heard her lie to you. We haven't gone anywhere yet.
No.
Oh, that's about to be a thing. That's about to be so real, you don't even understand. Um, yeah, my core memory of the week this week, there was a lot that went on. I think going to Utah was great. Seeing a friend out there, seeing a couple friends out there was pretty awesome. California, went out there for work, so I think there's a lot that happened there. I got to
Yeah.
act in one of them. You know, that wasn't my first
Cute.
choice. I was like, do I have to like, um,
You had to eat a
but
Twinkie, right?
dude, okay. First off, have you eaten Twinkies? Hate Twinkies. I'm not a Twinkie fan. So
What?
yeah, and it
What
wasn't
the
just
heck?
one that I had to eat because we only had like 3 Twinkies. Period. Like the location that we were filming at ate most of the box of cookies, and we told them, "Hey, just save us 2 just in case, because
Yeah.
we need to have the box and we need to have some wrappers." Well, turns out I'm eating a Twinkie in the scene, and I get down, we run through the scene, like uh Corey calls action, and we're acting it out. I throat I throat the Twinkie, like it is gone. Um
Wow.
and Corey started, all
Messing
right, cut.
around.
And then he's like, can we? And I looked at him with like as I was doing this, and I was like, no, we got one chance. We had one chance with this. I ate the Twinkie, and you just watch the gears turning. Like in both of my coworkers that were there, you just watching the gears turning, like, what do you mean we can't do it again? And I'm like, the whole point was the Twinkie. The Twinkie's gone. And then we remembered we have one more Twinkie. So I went and grabbed the
Oh,
Twinkie. And first off, not a Twinkie fan. About
that's
5 minutes
weird
in, we haven't called action on this on the next on redoing it yet. So my stomach's starting to turn because I'm like, oh, that was so gross. And I was
to me.
not I love like Hostess snacks, right? Like going to the gas station, that was always a sweet treat that I would get.
Mhm.
Um, avoid Twinkies. I just always have. I'm not a fan.
Weird.
Um, so we're my stomach's starting to churn. Action's called in the next scene. We're running through it. I'm like mentally going, "S- don't eat the just take a bite of the Twinkie because like I'm not feeling good already. And so I take a bite of the Twinkie. No sooner than I take a bite, cut. Corey calls cut. And I'm like, I just you could have called cut half a second earlier, and we would still have the whole Twinkie. And so I looked at everybody as I'm eating this bite of Twinkie, and I just said, "We've got one more shot at this. If we don't get it, we don't get it." And I think it was starting to click. Like
Yeah.
last half of a Twinkie left. We've got to get this in one go, or it's just not gonna happen. So yeah, we run the next take, and I get rid of the other half of that Twinkie. Um I'm not feeling good in that moment at all.
Oh, no.
I feel so sick to my stomach. And then but we still got to go get lunch, and so I'm not hungry. Why do I want lunch? I just had 2 Twinkies and now I feel sick. But like had to
Shout
go to
out to
lunch.
Corey and making you eat 2 Twinkies.
Oh my gosh. I hate Twinkies. And I will probably I don't want to say never, because you don't know what happens when Zombieland hits, but at least for the next 5 years, not touching a Twinkie, like never happening again.
Dang.
I don't like them. I mean, I've
That's
gone
like a
most of
food
my life
storage
without
staple,
them.
though, because apparently they never expire.
They do expire. That's a lie propagated by mainstream media out in the
Oh
public.
my
Like this
goodness.
fake news. All right, fake news. Twinkies expire. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. All right. So that actually, you brought up a good point with the Twinkies. Sorry
Yeah.
for the rant. Not my core memory. My core memory this week was actually going to see Masters of the Universe last night.
Mm,
That
yeah.
movie is so good. Talk about a role that Jared Leto crushed and
He
didn't
did
like
it.
ruin the movie, right?
He
Like
finally did
Morbius,
it.
I here's the thing. I love my like offshoot superhero characters. Morbius could have been a really good movie. They just
Mm,
started to stray from source material in the movie, ended up not having great direction. I think Jared Leto crushes most roles that he sets out to do.
mm,
I think that the direction of the characters that he plays could probably use some work. Joker, I thought he did a great job with what he was given. Um, Also understand that there's way more footage out there of him playing Joker um, that we never got to see that could have made that Joker make sense.
yeah.
Um, and I mean, from the scripts that I've read, that Joker would have been great.
I feel like he did a really good job of like being a creepy, scary. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
like the
yeah,
scene with like him and Harley Quinn and whatever thug in the club. Like
yeah.
you could tell like the thug
The whole
realized he was a dangerous person.
yeah.
Like
I loved
without
that the
him
smile
saying it.
being on his hand.
Mhm.
Because I mean it kind of shows like in that setting, like to him, this is all just fun and games. Like
Mhm.
he's a dangerous person. Like he kind of gives that vibe. Um, yeah, but Skeletor, okay, first off, Masters of the Universe, Skeletor, like that, the entire thing, not never meant to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
I thought that Jared Leto crushed the satire nature of Skeletor,
Mhm.
and gave him this like gravitas that I really wasn't expecting
Yeah.
from him. More recently, through meme culture, the I don't know if you've seen it, but for me, it's everywhere. The "Until we meet again," he says
Yeah.
something super unhinged and then runs away.
Yep.
Um, so I was expecting a little bit more like that,
Mhm.
uh, but getting in there and seeing like how serious he played the character, but also how funny he played it was
Yeah.
perfect. It
Yeah,
was
he was
perfect.
still like a threat.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they didn't try to like they kind of played on that trope that a lot of superhero movies are kind of leaning into, where you try to humanize the villain and
Mhm.
like, oh, there's a reason, a deep down psychological reason why he is the way that he is. This
Yeah.
kind of flips that on its head, where
Yeah.
He-Man's going into the scenario thinking there's a deep down reason. His
Mhm.
mom didn't hug him enough. Maybe he didn't have a dog, whatever it was. Um, and Skeletor's like, nah, bro. I'm just bad because I want to be. Like,
Yep.
he's like, I'm the villain. Like, I'm the bad guy. I do bad things for sake of being bad. That's
Mhm.
what I loved about this, is that it wasn't it was really poking fun at pop culture and where we've gotten to with these villains in movies. Like, why can't a villain just be
Yeah.
bad for sake of being bad? Like
Yeah.
Joker. Joker is bad because he's bad. Okay,
Yeah, he
yeah,
likes
there's
it.
some other reasons there, but he likes it. He finds joy in that.
Yeah.
Skeletor, fantastic.
Yeah.
Made the movie. My favorite part of the movie was every time he showed up. And then the fact, like, there's that scene where he's like, was he like kind of like, I don't know, in his mind just picturing the abs of He-Man? Like,
He
he had like a
says
bromance
some
almost? Like,
things where it's like,
yeah.
"Hmm."
But then even He-Man was like, when he was growing up, was saying everybody was super ripped. Like,
Yeah.
anyways, um, yeah, Masters of the Universe.
So
That
good.
was my core
And
memory of
yeah,
the
they
week. It was
even
pretty
bring up or like hint at memes, which is fun.
great. Yeah, I think that every iteration of meme was at least referenced in some way. Like
Yeah.
the f- the at the end where you had um the just clothing attire, right? It was the meme. He was wearing what he wears in the meme. But
Yeah.
then earlier in the movie, you get the song playing that, and I
Mhm.
said, "Hey, hey, hey, hey." Yeah, and then the laughing, anyway. If you haven't seen it, go see the movie. Masters Universe was great. Um, what else
Yeah,
has been going on?
a good
This
one.
week's topic, we're gonna continue the we're gonna continue talking about the last episode, which was life
Yeah.
before the internet, but in a different way today.
Yeah, a lot has
This-
been happening on the internet.
yeah, if you unless you live under a rock and or you're just disconnected from the internet, massive story this week. Reckless Ben and Bricks and Minifig. If
Oh
you guys
man.
aren't aware, Bricks and Minifig is a corporation that sells a lot of Lego pieces, minifigs. Sometimes you have a set that you may have gotten years ago where you lost a couple of pieces
Hmm.
of Lego and you don't want to go buy a new set. So you go into this Bricks and Minifig store, you pick up these pieces that'll help you complete your set or build whatever you want. Um, and it's a place where it's like GameStop for Lego, right?
Yep.
Like buy, sell, trade.
Yep.
Um, so the
I think
backstory on
you have
this,
a minifig from there that I got you. I've been their customer before.
oh, from Bricks and Minifig.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we used to live right down the street from one.
Hmm.
So backstory here, this company, Bricks and Minifig in Oregon, it's in a town in Oregon. I think it was Kaiser. Um,
Hmm.
Anyways, this location for this corporation, it was a franchise, uh, entered into a consignment deal with a gentleman who had the world's largest Star Wars Lego collection.
Oh,
And
that's so
what
cool.
ended up happening is the store takes on this collection. We don't know how much they've sold of this collection, but
Yeah.
they entered into this consignment agreement where they were going to sell this gentleman, Brian Mensel's um, Lego collection.
And like his whole collection was pretty much most of the store's inventory.
Right. So
Like it was a big deal.
his collection made up about half of the store's inventory, and from what I understand, this store may not have been in the best uh been doing the best. It was one of their underperforming locations. So the
Hmm.
owner of that store reached out to corporate Bricks and Minifig and said that um she was looking to explore moving to Europe because of some work stuff for her husband. That's the story that's out there. And what ended up happening is Bricks and Minifig, they wanted to sell their franchise.
Yeah, they did. Yep.
And so what ended up happening is Bricks and Minifig went out and like replaced the franchise owner
Yeah.
um,
He took over.
by essentially firing the franchise owner
Hmm.
and giving this franchise to these two gentlemen, Joshua Johnson and I don't remember Brad something. Was it Brad?
Yeah. I don't
He
remember.
okay, he's the one who's like the lesser known of this, but like
Yeah.
he was also the one who kicked the previous owner out.
Oh
Um,
yeah, he did. Yep, because he's in the video that's there.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
because like when he has been contacted, which you'll talk about later, like he doesn't respond. So yeah, we don't have a lot of like information about him or anything.
right, he doesn't respond in the video that Reckless Ben put out. He is also seen there, but um he doesn't say a word. We have
Yeah,
not heard
that's what I mean.
one
Like,
word from this guy. Honestly, probably the best move to make
yeah,
is to be the guy who's not going to say a word
yeah.
and still get blasted over the internet, but nobody they can't use what you say against you, right?
Right,
Which
where you
right
can very much with the other person.
exactly. So there's video of this owner stating, "We have this consignment. I
Hmm.
need specific information." Which like tags of some sort. I'm assuming that she needs to know, like,
Yeah, it
okay,
looked like she was going through receipts
right. And so
in the
she was
video.
trying to figure out how much do we need to pay Brian.
Yeah.
And um on the phone you hear corporate saying, "Oh, that's a consignment deal. The new owners will assume all of that." So basically, the new owners take on all consignment. You don't need to worry about this anymore. You're
Yeah.
gone. We are escorting you out.
Bye.
Yeah, exactly. So there, that's on record. Like we have
Yeah.
video of that. She also provided time-stamped like metadata, the metadata on all of these photos that are taken are from the night she was kicked out of the store. So we know at least to some degree which sets were left in the store. Ben
Okay.
also had the inventory list of
Yeah.
all of the inventory that Brian and his family had given this bricks and minifig store. And there were some that had been marked sold on that list.
Hmm.
So I don't know if that was Brian's list or if that was bricks and minifigs, like this location's list of information. So catching up, Legos are now in limbo because of an ownership debacle at Bricks and Minifig.
Yeah, and Brian
So
doesn't know what to do. Like
Brian
he
doesn't know
feels
what to
like
do.
he's exhausted all of his options.
Exactly. Bricks and Minifig is not showing that they want to work with them. They put him in this endless loop that's going to end in a legal battle that Bricks and Minifig knows that they will win. Or at least drag out long enough to where Brian has no resources left to continue the conversations.
And
So
they threatened him with that.
yes, they threatened him with it. They
They
they've
said it was a threat
they
too. Like,
called it a
what?
threat. Like this is does it sound like a threat? Because that's what this is. Yes.
Yeah.
Like that line
I
was
was flabbergasted.
right.
Like, what?
And so enter Reckless Ben. This family has exhausted all of their options.
Yeah.
Reckless Ben, who's a YouTuber that I've been watching for years. I've loved watching the videos that he made on Scientology. He made some videos where he infiltrated another cult that I really enjoyed. His tactics are kind of out there and skirt the
Yeah.
lines a bit, but he wears like spy glasses. He goes into these cults. He kind of exposes what they do and how
Hmm.
they get people involved. He has previously mentioned that Scientology does the best brainwashing out of all of the cults that he's been in. Um,
Jeez.
not been in, but like infiltrated. And then there's McCamey Manor, which is was considered the scariest haunted house in the world. Turns out that was never
Yeah.
really a thing. There was like a $25,000 prize if you could complete McCamey Manor. And it
Yeah.
turns out that it was just this guy making people do weird ass exercises in his front yard while they weren't blindfolded, but they were basically like, or they were blindfolded and had to do these exercises.
Yeah.
And he would
Or just
waterboard people
torture.
for, yeah, exactly. He was into
That's what it
torture.
felt like. That's what he liked to do.
Yeah. So Ben goes out there and exposes what's happening there. This place is now permanently closed. And so Brian reaches out to Ben, says, "Hey, I've got this problem." Ben wasn't looking for. Ben was looking. He was looking for his next next YouTube series after McCamey Manor. He
Yeah.
got tens of thousands of emails. This was the one that they chose to go with, and goes out and initially just walks in trying to have a conversation. He gets thrown out so fast. It is unreal. Like,
Yeah, I think as soon as he mentions what the Legos are.
yeah, well, as
They're
soon
like,
as he
"Get
mentioned
out."
the name of, as soon as he mentioned whose Legos they were just like out. Like it was that
Mhm.
fast. And so, where we're at now with this whole situation is it's escalated from, it's no longer about Lego. Like, have you noticed that? The story's not about Lego anymore.
What was it about now?
The story is about corruption in the
Corruption?
American fort. So if you're
But
from
that's
Utah,
only one part of it.
true. I
Like, it's
mean, there was the
branched off.
Oregon part.
It's insane, man.
What's that?
It's branched off. Like,
Oh.
now we're dealing with a bunch of different issues.
Yeah. So But yeah, corruption in the police department is essentially what this has turned into. Still a little bit about Lego. We're all interested in getting Brian his Lego back, or at least the
Yeah.
money for those Lego. And I think a lot of people, really care about a corporation trying to do the right thing, which in this case, Bricks and Minifig isn't. The CEO of Bricks and Minifig is going on the record now that more info's come out and saying we're trying to do this all above board, while at the same
Yeah.
time suing Brian and Reckless Ben. So it's
Yeah.
like so there's a GoFundMe involved. The GoFundMe has about $500,000 in it. So
That's
I think
cool.
what Bricks and Minifig is doing is going after the GoFundMe. Like they want to make
Probably.
them utilize all of that in resources fighting this lawsuit. And then they're like, now that you've spent $400,000, here's 200,000. Like here's the what your Star Wars set was worth. Um,
Sheesh. Well,
I
wait,
don't
how did
know.
we get to American Fork Police? We thought we were
Okay,
in
yeah,
Oregon.
we were in Oregon. Yeah. Okay, so Oregon store get anyways. They go through a bunch of antics. They end up getting the store
Yeah.
shut down, right? Not that they got the store shut down. They all bought a $10,000 stake. There was
Hmm.
about 10 or 15 of them. Bought a $10,000 stake in the Lego that is consigned to this Bricks and Minifig based on the inventory list. And so um, they did that in order to all take him to small claims court
Hmm.
and or take the owners or Bricks and Minifig to small claims court. So Ben and his friends file these lawsuits in small claims, then file a motion for default judgment, which happens because the other party doesn't show up or doesn't
Yeah.
respond. So they
And
can
they
win
didn't.
by default, and they didn't. There's some confusion as to whether there were like correct entities were the ones being sued or and whatnot.
Okay.
Like Bricks and Minifig CEO said they didn't sue me personally or my entity. They didn't sue like Josh Johnson or the other guy directly or their entities. And so we don't know, like these are fake lawsuits and they just latched on to fake lawsuits. Body cam footage has come out. Ben released everything he could get, but it was all
Hmm.
redacted. It was reported that somebody hacked American Fork Police Department. Turn,
Dude.
turns out American Fork Police Department accidentally put all of the footage into a public Dropbox.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
and it was all unredacted.
Who's their IT person?
So because it's such big news, people have been watching it like a hawk. As soon as it dropped, it's all over the internet.
Dude.
As soon as they realized, which was minute, maybe 2 minutes after it was posted in there, somebody in America Fork is like, uh-oh, wrong file, deletes it, puts up the redacted files. The
Oh.
American Fork Police Department puts out a statement saying that the Dropbox had been updated. The previous files are not to be used, and that the
Like
media and
fake or
public,
what? What?
yeah, the media and public should be using the new files in the Dropbox. Which I'm like, why? Well, like, you, it was your fault. You released it.
Hmm.
We get to use what you put out, even if you bring it back. Like, I'm sorry, it's already out there. You can't tell
I
us to
mean,
stop using
it's
it.
another callback to like our last episode. Like they weren't ready for the internet.
They
Like
weren't ready for the internet. Exactly. Which
you
okay.
can't take it back.
So Ben goes to try and serve a personal lawsuit to Utah, like because the two owners, Josh and Brian or Brent, I think it's Brent or Brad.
Brad.
What? Brad?
Brad. I think
Does
it's
that sound
Brad.
right? Um, so the two owners of Bricks and Minifig and that franchise, uh,
And yeah, he's supposed to serve in person.
yes, at least
Yeah.
that's the instructions from the court. He showed that on the screen, like that part he
Mhm.
highlights of the page where he has to serve these papers to the parties. So he serves the first guy pretty easily. has to provide proof that he was trying to have a good faith conversation before the lawsuit can move forward. He tried, uploads footage, they accept it, we're good to go. He was trespassed from the guy's house.
Yeah,
Um, so he has to
typical.
do another good faith conversation with Josh. This is where it gets messy because Josh is the owner who we've heard from the entire series, where he's said, we have the Lego, we don't have the Lego, we want to give it back. No, you stole the Lego. Like, there's so many stories with Josh,
Profanities up and
so much,
down.
yeah, that it's hard to believe anything he says at this point. Uh, Josh lies to the police. The police are extremely willing to work with Josh.
Yes.
They're extremely willing
Oh,
to take
Utah.
everything that has been said as fact and make sure that the YouTuber is catching all of the weight. Like, the book is being thrown at this kid
Yes.
for exposing a company doing a really shitty thing.
It's freaking crazy. Like another part that was like astounding to me was when they first pulled him over and one of the cops was like, "Are you Ben?" And then was like, "How you liking Utah?" And it's like,
Yeah,
what the heck?
first thing they said. And you watch them, like, you watch the American Fork Police Department make an illegal traffic stop. There was,
Right.
they said that he ran a stop sign, got the dash cam footage. There was no running the stop sign. They
Yeah.
were looking for any reason to pull this kid over. They were looking for any reason to take him to jail. And now they're looking at any reason to keep him in jail. Like,
Right.
the
Yeah.
fact that they are pursuing charges still is insane to me.
Yep.
And now you're
It's
right. It
just
does branch off. It's
crazy.
not just Oregon. It's not just Utah. It's LA, because Ben lives in
Oh
LA.
yeah, because he's from oh my
So on
god. The
Ben's way
heck?
back home from Utah, after being arrested 4 or 5 times in Utah
Something
for
like
trying
that.
to serve papers, like, the police stop the process server and say, "Hey, you can't, this person's not a process server." And they're like, "Yeah, that's exactly who this is. Like, we don't know each other." And anyways, whole thing. Um, Ben's going home. On his way home, he gets a call from his roommate and is like, "Hey, dude, the police just showed up to the house." And I was like, "Can I give him a message for you? He's not here." And they're like, "Oh,
Mhm.
how can you deliver a message?" And then it's like,
What?
the way that it was explained is that this cop thought he was in an action movie. Um, because then he was like,
Yeah, see, like, I did not see this part. I don't know this part.
yeah, so so his roommate was like, "Yeah, I thought he was in an action movie," because he leaves and he's like, "Just tell him he's got a warrant out for his arrest." And it's like,
What is
okay,
going
so he's got a
on here?
warrant, a non-bailable warrant for his arrest, ends the episode in Mexico. Why? Because he can't be tracked down in Mexico, which is a problem. He shouldn't have gone to Mexico because now
Yeah,
he's a
yeah.
flight risk, which
What the
is
heck?
going to play into the future. If he gets sued again, they're gonna be like, "We're taking this guy's passport away." Like, he's
Mhm.
a flight risk. Um,
That's freaking
so
crazy.
yeah, he's allegedly in Mexico right now,
Like,
staying
he's
out,
still there.
yeah, staying away from the police, because he doesn't want to be picked up.
Dang. For some reason, I
Rick's
thought I heard that, like, they, like, retracted one of like, the at least Utah isn't actively, like, looking for him, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I heard the wrong thing.
I think he did have a phone call recently where he had checked with a lawyer, because he's been all over the legal side of YouTube,
Yeah,
where,
there's so many YouTube niches that have been able to pick this up
oh,
because of
oh my
all the
gosh, so many.
craziness.
Like, everybody's talking about it right now. And there's a lot of lawyers on YouTube who have broken down both sides. You can see where Ben's being treated very fairly, and you can see where he's being treated unfairly.
Yeah,
And whether something is fair and unfair legally doesn't mean that it's not just a shitty thing for a company to do to somebody. Just because it's
yeah,
fair doesn't mean it's right.
yeah.
So, at the end
Oh,
of the
but wait,
day,
sorry, what was the phone call?
oh,
with the lawyers or whatever to see if he had a warrant?
Oh yeah, the phone call just basically said, or that's where he found out that I believe that the warrant has been dismissed in Utah.
Oh, okay. But like they're still looking for him in LA, or was that
We
connected to
don't
Utah?
know. So episode 3 hasn't dropped yet. This is where we learn a lot more. We don't know
This
everything
is
yet. There's
crazy.
still so much that we don't know. Episode 3, so episode 2 of his series is he's dealing with misdemeanors. In episode 3, he starts dealing with felonies. And Bricks and Minifig sued to get episode 3 taken off of uh every platform. Patreon. So Patreon responds, and the CEO basically says the same thing that Bricks and Minifig said to the family and to Ben.
Yeah.
Just sue us.
So good.
You want it taken down? Sue us. Because that is the guidance Bricks and Minifig has given to Ben and to this family the
Yeah.
entire time. Just sue us, which they know will leave them in court forever. So Patreon, which is not known for necessarily standing up for their creators, has done a brilliant PR thing. It is now going to attract a lot of creators to move to
Oh
Patreon.
yeah.
And
Smart.
because for the first time, Patreon actually has the backs of a creator and says, no, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Now, there's
I
still a
feel like
temporary restraining
oh,
order. Ben can't release episode 3 because he has this temporary restraining order. So
dang.
episode
Yeah,
3, we
because I
might
was
be
wondering
waiting.
why we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, so he's making a lot of videos right now covering what's publicly out there until he can release episode 3.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
and
I
there
feel
have
like
been
you were
things that
telling
he touched
me
on.
the other day that he has like enough footage for like 5 videos.
Yeah, so if you go to his
That's
Patreon, you can actually
crazy.
see his plan for the video releases, and he has up to episode 5
Oh.
right now. So yeah, I went to check out his Patreon. I need to subscribe to it because I'm hooked. I'm obsessed with this whole series right now.
Yeah, like
Ben just
it's
wants the internet.
funny. We both work from home. So like during lunch break or something, I'll like go into Tommy's office and some video that's associated with that will be playing.
Yep. I mean, I've been listening to it as I work, listening to it as I'm playing video games at night. Like there's there's a lot happening in this case, and I'm obsessed with it. Like I'm here for it.
That's
And I
crazy.
think the reason why I'm so hooked is because I want the right thing to be done here. I want to see,
Yes. Yeah.
and I think the reason why a lot of people are really hooked on this is because um everybody's interested in one thing. Does evidence still matter? I think everybody wants to know, is Bricks and Minifig going to be held accountable for everything that they've put out there and tried to cover up?
Yeah. Yeah. That's yes, we are biased, I guess you could say. And the first videos we saw were Reckless Ben's videos. So obviously he has creative license over what is shown.
Yeah.
But we also have watched when people from Bricks and Minifigs have decided to be interviewed. And yeah, I mean, I try to give them the benefit of the doubt, like how you're saying, like there are lawsuits happening right now, and sometimes you can't divulge things, but I feel like they could have done more than what they have done to, at least in the public's eyes, seem better than they are.
The easy answer, just give the Legos back. Not
Wait,
some of the
what?
Legos, not some of the
What? That's all? What?
yeah, that's it. Inventory list. Bricks and Minifig is not a small company. They're doing
No.
hundreds of millions of dollars a year in revenue.
Yeah.
So, what is $200,000 to a company doing that?
They keep saying, or like trying to bring it back to the human aspect of things. And yeah, I like, my heart goes out also to franchise owners,
Sure.
because they are being negatively affected for something they were not involved in at all. But because
Yeah.
they are associated, it's like, oh no. Like,
Well, and it's their parent
ugh,
company's fault. Like, let's be honest here.
yeah.
It's there have CoffeeZilla is doing a series where he's gonna talk, or like a video where he's gonna talk about it. That's gonna be coming out soon. But um he did say something last night. He put out a video and said, "Hey, this is gonna be separate. Regular franchise owners don't deserve this." And it showed
Yeah.
people confronting other bricks and minifig locations. And that's just not cool. But
Yeah. Or just
um
even overall, like me, I probably won't go to Bricks and Minifigs again. Like, I'm
no,
not
yeah.
gonna go confront anyone, but, like, they lost my business.
Well, that's what
So
I'm
it's
saying. Is
just
like at the end of the day, kind of getting back to the point,
ugh.
$200,000 is going to be a drop in the bucket for bricks and minifig.
Mhm.
So from a people aspect, from a human aspect, why not just make it right? Like, all right, if he's claiming this much was sold, this much was left in the store, even if you guys like it is their fault, bricks and minifig, that this inventory wasn't just given back in the first place.
Yeah.
So there's reports of this inventory being shipped out to different stores. And so if that's the case where Bricks and Minifig says we don't have this anymore, it doesn't exist, and it's because it's been shipped out or whatever that looks like, $200,000 or 200, the equivalent of every Lego set that he gave to you. The right thing to do would be just to make sure that he gets that back.
Yeah.
It's going to hurt a little bit, but it is a PR. It's going to be a PR nightmare to go the other way. Now, let's rewind. Episode 1 for Reckless Ben was when he talked to the CEO. I wouldn't have done it like this because it sounds very threatening, but the way Ben had positioned all of this was, all right, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. The hard way being exactly what Bricks and Minifig is going through right now. Their
Yeah.
reputation is tarnished. Will they ever get it back? I don't know. It's their that name now is associated
Ugh.
with
Yeah.
like this, and I don't want to shop there. Their
Mhm.
suppliers are dropping them.
Oh,
There was
man.
a minifig company that was like, we're pulling our partnership with Bricks and Minifig. It's costing them more. This is the hard way. This is the path they
Mhm.
chose. And so they could have just gone the easy way and given them the Lego back or operate in good faith. They have not.
Yeah. Yeah, I have also been thinking, like, from their perspective, maybe they're like, we don't want to set a precedent where like anyone can come in and be like, hey, I gave you these Legos and you haven't like paid me for them or whatever. So I can see that, except that there is actual like a paper trail.
Hmm.
Like they have the inventory and what they know had been sold and what they know Bricks and Minifigs had. So it wasn't like they were just coming in being like, hey, I gave you these Legos and you didn't pay me. They have actual paperwork for that.
100%. I mean, I think the reason why some people are critiquing Ben's like actions here is because a lawyer should have been contacted within 5 minutes of making this video, and an injunction should have been filed in order, like telling Bricks and Minifig, keep all your paperwork. We're taking you to court, so that way
Hmm.
they can do an audit. Like Bricks and Minifig is saying that they're doing an internal audit of their POS systems in order, like point of sale system, to
Hmm.
determine what they still have, what they don't, what was sold, what wasn't. We have to trust their word at this point, which we've already proven
Yep.
we can't. I would have wanted a third party to go in and audit that so that
That's
way I
what I was going to
know.
say.
Like, but there this is where um it would have just been better if they would have just given the Legos back in the first place. It was a
Yeah.
consignment deal. They saw it as a money grab, which when you're doing that to the world's largest anything, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Like world's largest Star Wars collection. um, they advertise it as that. Like, that's the thing is
Yeah.
their
Yeah, they
ads,
did.
they tried to claim that this never happened, it never took place, the consignment doesn't exist, but their own ads say, "Yes, we have these Lego." Like,
Yeah.
yeah, they pushed it
That
out there.
reminds me too, like, I don't even know who it was. Someone was commentating about it or like reacting to it. And they were like, You don't mess with Star Wars fans. Like, what did you do?
Yeah, it's not just Star Wars fans, a lot of us are
I
Lego
like
fans,
so,
you know?
like,
Um, and the
I
thing
mean,
is like,
oh,
Lego, I
yeah.
think, made a comment or a statement that they were gonna look into it.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
something that I read once, somebody was asking if Lego was going to investigate it. Apparently, somebody at Lego said yes.
Mm,
Um, but I don't know if they're gonna do anything about it. Lego's a pretty strict company to work with in general,
I would assume.
and
Yeah.
I would assume I would assume that if it's gonna tarnish the name Lego, like they're going to get involved to some degree. Um,
Dang.
so like if there is an official partnership with Lego and Bricks and Minifig, it's probably done. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and all of us Lego fans, we know how much sets cost.
Oh yeah,
So it's like, you're
we
messing
do.
with that?
We do know. So I guess yeah, it kind of asked to ask the question: do you think that before the internet, this would have been possible at all? Like something to go this big?
No.
No.
Even from the get-go, like, Brian, the owner or the son of the owner that's in all this, wouldn't have even thought to like reach out to someone. I don't think that wasn't like in the company or wasn't like a lawyer or something. Like even
Yeah.
at the start, like you wouldn't have that option to be like, oh, there's a YouTuber that does investigative stuff. I'll reach out to him.
Yep. Yeah. I can't think of anything that really ever got this big in like a outside of like pre-internet, outside of like the OJ Simpson case, or like it.
Right. Yeah.
Somebody had to. Somebody had to either been getting chased by helicopters or like died.
Yeah. Well, and even thinking about like, I feel like there weren't a lot of like local news that would end up on national news
Hmm.
that you would hear about. Like like random stuff like this just wasn't something that everybody heard about before the internet.
You do have like those local investigators where it's like in Utah, it's like get Gephardt, right? Like people would call in and give like or email in to say like, "Hey, I was wronged by this company," and then you would have the news guy go out there and report on it.
Oh
Do like a little
yeah.
investigative piece, but like
Hmm.
nobody watches the news anymore, so everybody
Yeah.
gets their stuff from the internet now, and I think the internet's what made this blow up. I mean, I was in
Hmm.
California and you sent me the first video.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have time to watch this, but the second I had time, I know lifed the entire saga and I'm still just following up on everything that's happening. There's a lot going on.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even thinking about reviews of things, like
Mhm.
that wasn't like really a widely used thing before the internet. So
Right.
like I I wouldn't have known like, oh, I hate this Oregon store if I was like shopping in a store in Utah or like Texas or whatever. Like that news never would have reached me to be like, watch out,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
don't
It never,
don't do
I mean,
business.
it does take me back to like, how did things get out pre-internet? I think if there is a way, we would have figured it out. Like our generation would have
Yeah,
made something. Yeah, yeah, because like if you're listening to this right now,
millennials.
if you're okay, exactly. Because if you're listening to this and you're a millennial and you made it this far into the episode, first off, I want to say I love you.
You're
Like
the
and
best.
subscribe, do all the things. Um, okay. If you're a millennial and you've made it this far, what I'm about to say is going to make so much sense, but I don't have an example of it ever happening before. I don't have
Okay.
an example of this happening after the internet either. Like, yeah, maybe after things go viral, right?
Hmm.
But like before this, I don't think that there's anything that comes to my mind where it's been just as viral before the internet.
Okay.
Every middle schooler, to some degree, maybe high school, I don't know when this information went viral, but in the early 2000s, there was a rumor about Marilyn Manson that went around to every school in America.
Hmm.
And I can bring up Marilyn Manson in a conspiracy theory or a rumor about Marilyn Manson, and some people are going to already know, and they're going to answer me with, "Oh, the fact that he had both his bottom ribs removed so that he could, you know, with his mouth, so that he could fold easily." You know,
Oh, family friendly.
that no, no, this is not. Uh, that
Warning.
spoilers. This is not family friendly. Um, that went super viral. The fact that Marilyn Manson ribs removed, you can talk to many. Like, if you go to up to somebody who's around our age and just ask them, like, "What do you know about
Hmm.
Marilyn Manson? What rumors did you hear back in middle school?" They're gonna answer that.
Yeah.
I think that we would have found a way to make it viral. I
Yeah.
don't know. I
Hey,
I don't
Tony,
know
did you hear
how
about
we would
those
have done it,
Legos?
but yeah, did you hear about those Legos? And then
That's crazy.
it ends up across around the world
It
in
is,
just a
yeah,
few
that
years.
is interesting to think about. Yeah, like how did stuff like that spread? Like I don't know. Like nobody, I've never met like someone who's like, "Oh yeah, I started that," or
Yeah.
whatever. Like I
Yeah,
don't
there's
know.
nobody, you never know. Like, where did this start? Who was patient zero for the Marilyn Manson controversy?
We didn't
Um,
see it all on PBS. Like I don't know.
so I mean, I think we would have figured out a way for it to go
Mm.
viral. I don't know what that would have been like, but
Mhm.
I don't know. What I don't want to see is a corporation win at screwing somebody over.
Yeah.
Which happens way too much.
We need a win.
Yeah. In this economy,
Society needs a win, please.
yes, we do. But yeah. Anyways, that's all I've got. What do you think?
That's such a good it well also too like sure we've heard like rumors or whatever, but like then that's it. Like because of the internet, we are able to continually have information coming in and learning new things, uh having new rumors pop up.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Um,
internet.
thanks, internet. All right. Well,
uh,
this has been a good chat. I know. Thanks for letting me brain dump the saga, which is bricks and minifig on you.
that was so good.
Um,
We might have to have a segment now until it's over. Be like,
maybe
what's
it's
the
a
update?
follow up. Yeah. What's the update on bricks and minifigs? But y'all, thank you guys for joining us today. Thank you for giving us a little bit of space to be a little late on this week's episode.
Yeah.
We love you guys. I usually say on my streams, be good, do good, and call your mom. So, if you guys want to adopt that, like, let's be good, do good, and call your mom. She loves you.
Yeah. Tell her you're
Yeah.
awesome.
Like and subscribe. Be sure to do all of that stuff. If you're listening on Spotify, drop a comment on the video. Drop a comment on the podcast. Let us know you like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us your
And
favorite Lego.
tell us your favorite Lego. Thanks for tuning in. And until next time, we love you, and yeah, have a great week.